What's happening? What's happening, people? I got a treat for you today. I'm doing a wise man. If you haven't had this, it's going to be a light to medium smoke. For me, it's a light to medium smoke. To someone else, it might be, medium to medium. But it's a really good, solid smoke. Price point is going to be anywhere between, I want to say, 11 to 14 bucks, based upon where you're going and based upon where you're getting it at. Good line, great line. They have, of course, you got the Wise Man, and then you have the Elwell Windsors. They offer the same line. It's just a really solid line. This one here is going to be a little oaky. So if you are a fan of the oaky taste to it, this is what you'll enjoy. It's a solid smoke. It's a solid smoke. And I would recommend it to anyone. I will recommend it to anyone. I have to say this. We got, Georgia got beat by Alabama. And kudos to Bama fans. Lost a cigar on that game. But they came back. They played. It was a really good game. Some crucial mistakes at the wrong time. And then just starting slow has got to be talked about in that locker room. It got to be talked about in that locker room. But even with that being said, what I can say is them Dirty Birds did beat up on them New Orleans Saints. Kudos. And my man hit a 58-yard field goal to win the game. Kudos. I salute you. Great game. Great energy. Sometimes when you look at NFL and you think about where we are, everybody thinks that their team is the team. But a team that gels together and plays for each other, those are the ones that go places. There's a lot of disgruntled people out there right about now. There's a lot of people out there they got talent on their team, but they're just not gelling. And I think, the situation with Atlanta is that we came across a situation where we didn't play any of our starters in the preseason. So they are just now getting up to speed where they working. They're knowing how to, they're getting in shape and they're doing all of these type of things. The playbook is becoming now second nature for them. So, hey, you live and you learn. The Kansas City game, that's a question mark on that one because my man got mollywopped in the end zone. And I don't care how you put it, that would have changed the game because, first and goal, that would have changed. We would have had 4 more downs and we had about 40, 50 seconds on the clock. We could have did something with that. So, hopefully we'll see them again later in the season. The other thing is the Pittsburgh game, we was out of sync. You can tell we was not in sync. Footwork wasn't there. We didn't have anything that was together in that aspect. So it is what it is. We had some issues going on. I hope everyone is good with Hurricane Helene, because she definitely did some damage here in ATL and Georgia period. All over wherever she put stumped her foot at, that's where she laid some damage in. So I go out, I take my hat off to all families that was affected by this. If you were affected by this, you know, my prayers go out to you. You know, I had a family member that was affected by it down in Valdosta, and I hope, you know, everything is going good and they can get everything back up to where they need to get. You know, it's going to be some time. There's another one coming around. Hey, that's just how it is, you know. But listen, I want to get into this conversation. Y'all know how I do it. I'm officially at this point where I've now become so irritated with some of the stuff that is going on in social media that it's just not a good place to be, and it's not a good focus. It's not a good focus point. We putting a lot of stuff out there that is non-informational, non-educational, non-informative. It's just reactionary. You know, it's reactionary, and I get it. You know, get your check, get your blue check. You know, do that. But some of the stuff is just, if you're gonna do something, I've always said put the energy and time into creating what it is that you're doing. Have a purpose. Let your information be informational, educational, informative, comedic, dramatic, horrified, you know, but put something into it. Don't just go and just do some stupid stuff and say, hey, I'm doing something to try to get some clicks or some likes. Don't do that. You know, try to give some information to people that they can utilize. You know, we get caught up so much with trying to keep up with other people, and we refuse to look at situations for what it is. You know, a lot of times we got information that's out there and we refuse to listen. We refuse to sit back and just have conversation about what it is that we're doing. You know, if you try to sit back and have an open dialogue with someone, you got so many people that's taking it personal, and it's trying to take a personal attack, and it's not anything personal. You have the right to have your opinion. I also have the right to have my opinion. It doesn't mean that I devalue your opinion, but if you're going to sit here and try to say, well, this is my opinion and this is how it goes, okay, hey, but understand, I don't have to agree with that. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to sit back and acknowledge or say, you're right. I don't. Based upon the formula that I go upon. If I go upon facts and I'm not going upon emotion, then I'm going to back mine up with logic. I'm going to back mine up with statistics. I'm going to back mine up with facts. If I'm going based upon how I feel, well, hey, everybody has feeling. Everybody has emotions. You know, people can sit back and they can get caught up. And we got to understand. You got to be able to coexist. You got to be able to live with people. If you choose not to live with people, hey, that's on you. You know, enjoy that life of solitude. You know, everybody's not meant to be in solitude. Everybody's not meant to be in solitary confinement. There are people out here that wish not to be in solitary confinement. And if you choose to want to be in solitary confinement, don't give your opinion to someone that wants to be in a relationship with friends, a loved one, things of that nature. Keep those opinions and things to yourself, because it's not beneficial, because then it becomes like you have a crab in a barrel mentality. Because I'm not happy, I don't want nobody else to be happy. And because I'm looking at Shirley. She got somebody that's there with her. I don't want, girl, I wouldn't take up with that. I wouldn't do that. Guys do the same thing. Man, I wouldn't put up with that. Yeah, yes you would if you had it. If that's what you wanted. But we have to identify what it is that we want in life. If you do not want to be in a relationship, then that is fine. You have every right to be by yourself. But if you want to have a relationship, then you have to do the things necessary to be in a relationship. You have to do the things necessary that people can coexist in. That was a video that I saw, which was crazy to me. And it was a dude. He was asking a young lady. He was asking a female, and he said, "Are you married?" And she said, "Yes." And he had the question. He says, "How is your husband doing?" And the lady got upset. She said, "What do you mean? Because people normally ask me, am I happy?" So he said, you don't want to say anything about it? She said, "No." So he made a comment. He said, "Well, I get it." And then he asked the cameraman, did he get it? And they both said, "Yeah." And she told him, F him. F you too. She did not care or was concerned at the simple fact if her husband was happy or not. That's a sad place to be in when you think that life only consists and revolves around you. There are two people in a relationship. And if there's children, there's more than one person in a relationship. So, would you want to be in a situation whereas a guy will sit here and don't care about what goes on with you? Would you want to be in a situation where a guy doesn't care about whether or not you're happy, you're fruitful, you are, you're in a good headspace? If a guy don't care about any of that, then why are you with him? Men have gotten in this crazy space. They've gotten in this crazy space where they are starting to feel and express the unbalance in relationships. Social media is the blame for it. Thought processes are another reason to blame for it. How you view your partner is another reason. If you don't respect your partner or you don't have the value of wanting that person to be in a good space along with you, you might be selfish. If everything revolves around just your happiness, you might be selfish. If you don't care about the position of anyone else in your household, it only revolves around you, you might be selfish. You might be selfish. And if that's the case, then you need to do some evaluation. You need to do some evaluation, and you need to understand they don't have to deal with that. At all. This is a very good medium smoke. If you have a chance, definitely try it. So, we gotta grow up. We gotta grow up. We gotta stop acting like we're spoiled children. Because if we don't get it together, we're gonna have some difficult times in front of us as adults, as parents, as significant others, husbands, wives, girlfriend, boyfriends, whatever it is that you have. If we don't get it together and get this under grips, what is going to happen to relationships? What's going to happen to growing with a person, bonding with a person? Having a person's back, having someone have your back. It's not going to be a good thing. It's not. So, we're going to recap. Alabama had our number. I can deal with it. I can dig it. We'll see them again. Focus what you need to focus on. Atlanta won. That's a good one. Kudos. Cool. Great kick. Great game. Defense doing y'all thing. Offense is going to eventually continue to keep working, and they're going to get better and better and better. Let's get it together, people. Let's focus. Let's focus on what we need to focus on. Let's do what we need to do. Smoke well, my friends. Enjoy. Subscribe, like, comment. And to all the people that watch my videos and they subscribe, they like, they comment, they do all of that, just viewing them. I appreciate you. I appreciate you cold-heartedly. You know what I'm saying? Because, what I try to do is I try to inform, I try to educate, I try to have real talk, real conversations, talk about sports, talk about life, talk about everything, Oh, one thing. Yeah. I haven't done a review in a while, but let me just say this to you. This is what I have on today. Aside. It's a very it's a very different scent, It's a it's it has a uniqueness about it. You can definitely tell it's from the Middle East, from Dubai, because it has just that kind of richness to it. It's very distinctive. It's a very distinctive smell. So you're not going to have too many people that smell just like you. Even if someone wears the same brand, it doesn't correlate the same on each individual. Because there's certain things that happen with certain people. You got certain people whose levels are off. They don't drink water. They bodies are, producing, it doesn't produce and work the way that everyone else's bodies does. So you have to be mindful of that. So something that you might smell on someone else, it might not smell the same on you. Find stuff that works with your body chemistry. And this one it's one that works really well with me. I get a lot of compliments off of this. A lot of people stop and ask, what it is that you have on, and I'll tell them, hey, it's a sod. Where can I get it from? You got people that got it. They talk about it all over TikTok. I got my man who I go through. I got a personal scent man that I deal with, and he keeps me abreast as far as everything that's going on. Or if I know something that I'm looking for, I can ask him for it, and he'll get it for me. So, that's how I deal with it. His website is taylorscents.com. We did an interview with him. Go through my videos, and you'll be able to see the video that I've done with him. And he can get basically anything that's out there, from Creed to Bond, Clive Christian, what else we got out there? Mind Games. I mean, he can get anything. Anything that you're looking for, he can get it. So I would definitely recommend checking them out, and we go from there. Like I said, Assad, it's a drop dead situation, man. It's just like when you walk through, it's gonna grab the attention. It's gonna grab the attention. But once again, you know what I'm saying? Smoke well, my friends. Enjoy. Appreciate you. Thank you.